Hi y'all, it's Charlene from the Crafty Art Shack, and today we're going to be making a stand for our little red truck. We're going to be making these little red trucks all through the year, so we need to make a stand that'll hold them all year long. And the trucks will be different, but the stand will be the same. So let's get to the craft desk and get started. Okay, you guys, here we are at the craft desk, and we've got one of these signs that says drink and be merry, and on the other side it's baking spirits bright. And what I did is I took that sign and I got some paint sticks, and I actually used 3 pieces of paint sticks, but it'd probably take 1.5. And then I took 10 jinga blocks, and I'm going to glue these jinga blocks, and I'm going to use the edge of my sign to help me get this lined up like I want it, and so it stays in a straight line. And then I'm just gluing each one of these jinga blocks together until I get them all glued together. Now the end block I did have to cut down, and I just used my miter shears to cut it in half. And I'll glue these together, and I'll glue the paint sticks together. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ice pick, and I'm going to stick 4 of these little beads on, and they're approximately 3/4 of an inch size bead. I don't know what size exactly, but they were the largest ones I got in my Amazon, from Amazon. And I'm going to take and paint these all with the dark nutmeg brown paint. Then after I finish painting these little beads with the brown paint, I'm going to paint my paint sticks, and then I'll go in and paint my little jinga blocks, making sure that I get all of the sides, all 3 sides covered. And then I'm going to paint my eat, drink, and be merry sign as well. And I'm going to just paint one side. Now I did sand this down and make sure none of this paper stuff was going to come off. And I'm going to paint the sides and the ends on this as well. The next thing I'm going to do is come in with my Folk Art Crackle paint finish. Now this time I'm going to make sure I apply a generous amount because I didn't get very much crackle on that last project I did. And I'm going to paint all my pieces to include my wooden beads and all 3 pieces of wood here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put some wood glue down, and then I'm going to put down some hot glue as well to help stick these pieces together quickly. And then I'm going to, when I turn this over and I put it down, what I'm going to do is make sure that I attach it, this one lined up to the very front of my project. And then I'm going to go in and take my next piece, which is the little jinga blocks, and I'm going to take 2 popsicle sticks, and I'm going to set them in there because I measured them and they're pretty close to the size that I need for my little truck without it falling over. And then I'm going to add some hot glue to this and wood glue, and then I'm going to push it all the way up to where it comes up to those little popsicle sticks. Now you may want to give it a little bit more space, make it where it's not so tight on that popsicle stick, because when I did put my little red truck in after putting this together, it was a little tight. It still worked, but it was a little tight, so just give it like a hair or 2 space in there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take my white paint, because remember we put the crackle finish on there, and I'm going to go and paint my whole project with this. And I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but I'm going to paint all the pieces that are glued together already, and I want to make sure that I don't overlap too much, even though I just did. And you can, because it shows up on your project when you do. And what I didn't show you is that I went in on my little boards when I put them together. You saw some gaps there. I did go in and take some caulk and fill those in. Then the last thing that we need to do for this little project is turn our sign over. I'm trying to get it in the camera so you can see, is we're going to glue our 4 little wooden beads to the corners. Now, I didn't feel the need to paint the bottom of this sign, but you could paint it. But just glue those 4 beads, 2 in that corner and 2 on the other end, and voila, we got our sign. All right, y'all. We just finished our little stand for our little red truck for the year. Now, I say for the year because we're going to take this little red truck off and change it out for the seasons. But if you notice, even with this stand, we can put the little snowman in it just like this. And didn't that just turn out too cute? And it sits right in front of all of our displays that we've made for the season. And this can be changed out. The little red truck can be changed out to meet any season of the year when you do it with the Crackle paint like this. And I think that Crackle finish turned out just great, and I like it. We want to thank y'all for subscribing to our channel. We want to thank y'all for liking our videos and commenting below. And if you haven't subscribed. It's free. Yes, it's free. And we will look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Crafty Art Shack. We'll see you later. Bye.
This doesn't always work out the way you want it to. Well, on Facebook and TikTok and some of the other social media things that I'm on. Yeah, I don't know them all. Okay, let me start over. Alright, y'all, we just finished our cute little stand that we made. Doesn't look like much, does it? Nah, doesn't. Just looks like a piece of wood with some little balls on it. That shouldn't be in the video.
Bye.